Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Tales of Monkey Island. We're in Club 41. It's ladies' night. Things are kicking off. Elaine and Morgan are having a sword fight. And I want to kick things off really by talking to these guys, seeing if we can say anything.
Morgan, what do you think you're doing?
Don't ask me. Ask your crazy wife. I'm gonna run you through, you high-seas hussy.
You don't have to fight over me. I think you're losing your edge. Elaine, I have a confession. Can't you two just work it out over a nice grogatini?
Ladies, please. There's plenty of Guybrush Threepwood to go around.
Well, that won't be when I'm done with that. Get over yourself, Threepwood.
Hey,
Yikes.
meant to be fighting each other, not us. I think you're losing your edge, Morgan.
Hey, Morgan, I think you're losing your edge.
I'll show you an edge. Whoa!
Okay, so that sort of caused Morgan to drop her guard and Elaine nearly got a shot in. Elaine, I have a confession.
Elaine, you should know that Morgan and I spent a few nights together inside of a manatee.
Inside of a what? You're a dog, Guybrush Threepwood.
Okay, and that caused it to go the other way. Can't you two just work it out over a nice grogatini?
Can't you two just work it out over a nice grogatini?
The Guybrush Threepwood is buying me a drink over your dead body, Trollop. Who are you calling Trollop, Schooner Mom?
Wow,
Oh boy.
this is getting out of hand. Okay, so we can influence the fight in some way with that.
Okay, I'm gonna go think of something clever. Try not to kill each other while I'm away.
Yeah!
So we've got obviously the voucher for the other drink, haven't we? So maybe we'll try to order the tuna colada. What I want to do is get them to come back over to the bar so that I can potentially stop him throwing darts at this and see if we can do something here. But for now, let's give this drink in.
Can you make one of these?
A Tri-Island Tuna Colada? Arr, that takes me back. I haven't made one of these since I was a bosun under Captain Bo.
But can you make one? I'm really in the mood.
Aye, but it'll take some doing to scrounge up the ingredients.
Take your time.
Ah, so maybe that's distracted him. Can we do
Judge Mix is
anything?
a mean drink, but he's a horrible shot.
Right, is there anything we can do? Don't think so. Can we, like, do anything
I
to
don't
the
want to dig my
ball?
hook into that. I don't know where it's been.
No?
Judge Mix is a mean drink, but he's a horrible shot.
Okay, so that doesn't really seem to do much. Why would we want to distract him? Is there anything else we can do around here while he's distracted? I think so. And there's the signs, but I don't know if they're going to be helpful in any way. Just says that it's coming soon, whatever that is. We've got the sack of sugar. Oh, hang on, what's this? It's another one of these
Bartender's
things.
recipe for a Scab Island sling. Seems pretty simple.
Okay, so Scab Island slings. We've got another one now that we can potentially get him to make. Can we use the sugar on anything? Did it say it had ants in it as well? Is that what he said? Can't use it on the dartboard or anything.
Nah.
No. Alright. How do we get them to come back over here? It's icky puddle. Can we put the sugar in the icky puddle? No, I don't want to do that. I want to...
I don't think so.
No, we can't. Fine. Elaine and Morgan, let's see if we
Okay,
can...
this is really flattering, but let's calm down and talk this out like adults.
I'll be calm when the flay's been filleted like a fish.
Okay, let's see if we can do
Wow,
anything
Morgan,
else with this.
Pretty handy with a sword.
Is that so? What else is she handy with?
Okay, no, it's not...
Yeah!
It's not working for now. The only thing I can think of is that we're going to have to do something with this dartboard while he's looking the other way, because it's what he's interacting with. Can we use any of our items on it?
That doesn't need to be illuminated.
No. Can we attach this thing to it?
I'll just put this here for safekeeping.
Ah.
One Tri-Island Tuna Colada. Now I can get back to me darts.
Arr! Libation.
Ah, yeah, that's how we get them to come back. Right. And then Krebs comes back out. Okay. So, do they have like different dialogue options or anything when we're here?
Okay, this is really flattering, but let's calm down and talk this out like adults.
I'll be calm when the flay's been filleted like a fish.
Okay. So we can do...
Elaine, you should know that Morgan and I spent a few nights together inside of a manatee.
Inside of a what? You're a dog, Guybrush Threepwood.
Okay. What about the other way?
Elaine, Tucklebear. Morgan's all bark and no bite.
You want bite? You got it. And I'll throw in the bark for free.
Oh, nice. Okay, she
Nothing
missed.
Words getting in the way of my killing.
She's got it now. Okay. Cool. Oh, but I
You
wanted
are
to...
formally summoned to appear before the court of Judge Grindstump in the case of the people of Flotsam versus Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate. TM.
Phew. Now I know who wears the daddy pants in the relationship.
You stay away from my boy's pants, or I'll hang you from my Jolly Roger, you Jezebel! And you, don't think you can totter around with some tart and not get a fistful of what?
She's a catch.
And conveniently not a rotten double cross.
Yeah.
I told you I had a job to do.
Sure, just doing your job. Tell me, aside from all the silver, how are the benefits?
Guybrush.
Do you get health care for the repetitive stress injuries caused by all the backstabbing and cutting off people's hands?
I said I was sorry.
Sorry? I can't pick my left nostril without risking a lobotomy.
What if
What if nothing? Goodbye, Morgan. I've got a wife to cure and an island to save.
Wow. Well, she looks upset, but she kind of had it coming, so...
Mrs. Threepwood.
Ah, back to court. Please tell everyone how the pock is LeChuck's fault.
Please tell the court how this horrible pox is all LeChuck's fault.
LeChuck? That stick in the mud wouldn't know a good pox if it kicked him in the fundament. Heck, there wouldn't even be a pox if you'd gone through with the voodoo lady's recipe properly. But no, you had to wave that root beer bottle around like some sort of conquering hero. Oh, look at me! I be Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate! Next thing I know, you're trying to replace root beer with root grog and bam! Pox all over the place. Not that I'm complaining, mind you.
Not really
Okay.
doing us any favours. Okay, well, please tell everyone I've been seeking a cure for the pox.
Honey, why don't you please tell everyone how I've been trying to find a cure for the pox?
Don't you honey me, you two-timing cannon scrubber. I bet all this talk of looking for La Esponja Grande was all plot to spend time canoodling with your little privateering she-slap.
La Esponja Grande, yes, it's right over there, see?
Yeah. That one.
Sure it is.
It is. Do we need to show her it? Please tell everyone what a great guy I am. She's not going to do that.
Could you give the court some idea of what a fine, upstanding pirate your husband is?
Well, let's see. When I first met him, he was breaking into my mansion to steal a statue.
Wow.
Later, after shanghaiing a crew to take him to Monkey Island, he totally failed to rescue me from the evil clutches of the ghost pirate LeChuck, so I had to dress up a couple of monkeys in a bridal gown.
This may have been a bad line of questioning.
Yeah.
Then he left me hanging over a pit while he went looking for the treasure of Big Whoop. I didn't hear from him for 3 years after that. Turned me into a bleeding statue.
Yeah.
Left the seat up. Oh, and that's not even mentioning all the times I found myself tied up, manacled, or otherwise incarcerated because of his blithering idiocy!
You're too good for him, love.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
That seems extreme. Alright, well, that could have gone better.
I'd like a second to think about my next move, Your Honor.
Make it fast! Your character witness is oozing all over my courtroom.
Sorry about that. Okay, so, I mean, we've got the sponge and the ring over here. Can we take these?
Honey, look, they confiscated your ring.
You let someone take it from you? Didn't I tell you never to let it out of your sight?
Yeah, but
Got me no buts, love of mine.
Fine. What about the sponge?
Your Honor, Buccaneers of Flotsam, You all believe that I, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate, have brought this horrible pox to your shore.
We kind of did.
What if I were to tell you that I could tame this unruly witness, prove my good intentions, and begin the process of curing you all of this hideous voodoo pox, all in one fell swoop?
I don't know. Maybe.
They're on
Your
board.
Honor, I object. Defense is grasping at sponge-shaped straws here.
Denied! But get on with it, Captain. The hangman gets overtime if we keep him up after midnight.
Oh.
With pleasure, Your Honor. Wenches and pirates, I give you Exhibit S, the wonder of La Esponja Grande.
Exhibit S.
I thought it'd be bigger.
Yeah, so did
Now
I.
behold, as a simple exfoliating motion of La Esponja Grande washes away the pox, restoring my wife to her usual, mostly pleasant demeanor.
Is it gonna not work? She still seems poxed.
Sugar cakes?
Off with it, head! Get that piece of seaweed off me, you deep-sea doily diver!
Does the defense have any other pointless arguments it would like to make?
Why is it not working?
This is sort of all I got.
Worked on us.
Then, by the power vested in me by the put-upon pirates of Flotsam Island, I summarily sentence you to be hanged by your pox-spreading neck until you are... Right there.
What?
What is the meaning of this? My name is LeChuck, and I can tell you exactly
Is
what
he
Guybrush
actually
did.
going to defend us?
Chuck, I thought he was a ghost.
I heard he was a zombie.
Don't listen to him!
You see, Your Honor, the pox is all my fault.
Listen to him!
Yeah, listen to him now.
Decades, I dabbled in the dark forces of voodoo, clamoring for power. I hungered for it. I yearned for it. I pillaged, plundered, and killed for it.
I can attest to all of this.
And it was my accumulated voodoo that infected you all. Dark, evil voodoo that was explosively released when I was once again defeated by the perpetually heroic Guybrush Threepwood.
He's not kidding. I've killed him like 5 times.
Yeah.
So you see, Guybrush Threepwood is not the source of this pox. I am. And I hereby throw myself upon the mercy of this court, or lack thereof.
Off with your head!
But wait, there's more. It turns out I had an unknown silent power urging me down those darkened voodoo corridors. A power far more insidious than I could ever hope to be. I submit to the court this journal, property of the... Quiet up there! The voodoo lady.
That creepy lady who lives in the shack?
She's not creepy.
What the what?
In these pages, you will find detailed plans laid out by the voodoo lady over the course of many years to manipulate my never-ending rise to power. My hunger for voodoo, my seemingly endless cycle of ironically comical death and disturbing resurrection. My obsession with the darling Elaine. It's all because of her.
Off with her head!
To the jungle beast!
It can't be true. Can it?
Order! Order! I hereby call for the release of Guybrush Threepwood and the immediate imprisonment of LeChuck and the voodoo lady. To the brig with both of them!
Yeah.
I've had it up to me eye patch with all this land-loving lollygagging. I'm a plunder me some treasure.
Don't worry about me, my friend. Go cure your wife.
What's he up to?
Well, I'm finally free, but now my pox-crazed wife is nowhere to be found. A mad scientist is hunting her for who knows what reason, and the legendary voodoo sponge that was supposed to cure her has turned out to be useless.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances, I'd ask the voodoo lady for help, but she's sitting in the jail cell next to my archenemy, who may or may not be my best friend, after it's been revealed that she has been the secret power behind most of my travails over most of my life as a pirate. Maybe I should have been a beekeeper like my Uncle Sid.
Might have been easier. Yeah, the whole like voodoo lady plot that we're going to be going into from this point on, I wish it was a thread that was picked back up in Return to Monkey Island. I know it's not a Ron Gilbert thing and that's why it wasn't in there, but it was quite an interesting little part of the story, and I do wish it had been addressed in some way in Return, but you know, whatever. Voodoo lady, what the hell's going on?
Hey, you!
Hello, Treepwood.
Hello. La Esponja Grande sucks. Actually, it
Sent
doesn't.
me on a wild albatross chase for La Esponja Grande and promised me it would cure the pox. But after fending off sexually ambiguous merpeople, a giant manatee, and your crazy ex-boyfriend, what do I get for my trouble? This sorry excuse for a kitchen sponge.
La Esponja.
Yeah.
I noticed you strategically left out the Grande from this worthless piece of junk. Once it cured my piddly leftover pox, it didn't have enough mojo left to cure Elaine.
It's not worthless. It is merely young.
Right.
It must be brought to maturity in order to reach its voodoo-absorbing potential.
Brought to maturity? How am I supposed to do that? Give it a talk about the sponge birds and sponge bees?
Like all infants, La Esponja needs nourishment. It must be fed 6 special voodoo courses to bring it to adult size.
Right.
What sort of meal is that?
Yeah.
A feast for the senses.
Oh, this
The
sounds
menu,
familiar.
Treepwood. Take it, and serve the sponge a meal unlike any other.
And then?
It will grow.
Huh.
Hey, neat. There's a map of the Flotsam Jungle on the cover. No more listening to bees and birds and boars for this mighty pirate.
Okay. Feast of the Senses, and we've got bottom folds and top folds on it. And it looks like maybe some like creases and a map to follow. Alright, well, we will have a look at that in the next episode because we are out of time. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadim, Paulione, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCom555, Chrissy, Paul James, and Zolties, and I'll see you next time.